Mic check. Mic check. Peace, 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 peace to all. It's me, unapologetically QI, entering the building. There is a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in Collin County, Frisco, Texas. I'm just hoping that anybody who's out there for the protest stay safe, stay vigilant, and keep your head on the swivel. And I'm not just talking about the people in Collin County, Frisco, Texas at this moment. I am talking about people everywhere. Because this case, either way it goes, has already and will further create an uproar. So at these particular days, and at this particular point going forward, you need to stay aware of your surroundings. And you must follow the law at all costs. Avoid being provoked. I know a lot of states are stand your ground. I know a lot of different things, but as we can clearly see that, there are some injustices that are taking place for the Black community. There are definitely some injustices. But here's what I have to say. We have to do this the right way and not the wrong way. And what I mean by that is they want us to do things the wrong way. They're out there right now in front of that courthouse. A lot of them are armed. They are armed and they are ready. So when I say we have to do this the right way, now I know a lot of people, a lot of people, I'm so tired of the Martin Luther Kings. So tired of, but that stuff worked. And not everybody, but the majority of people live to see another day. And we did get some things changed. So we're going to have to follow the examples of our ancestors at this point, and we're going to have to move forward similar, because two wrongs don't make a right. And in a situation where there's two wrongs, Black people are going to be more wrong, if you understand what I'm saying. Black people are always going to be more wrong. So we have to do peaceful protests and we have to follow, the law at all costs. Because the only way to lose your freedom now, the only way back to enslavement is through crimes. That's the thing. And they've been talking about equity. Sweat equity. We're talking about people who want free labor, because we don't own them prison systems. A lot of them do. So they're more interested about the free labor that we can provide by, being locked up and incarcerated. Like I saw on Queen 88's live stream, they were, debating and different things, and one of the white guy said, sweat equity. We're going to get, they looking at the amount of years they could get of sweat equity out of Karmelo Anthony. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Now, are we doomed? No, but we have to unite, and we have to start We have got to start, we got to stop the self hatred. We got to start calling out the self hatred, and we have to stop the self hatred. We have to realize that we are all in this together, and this impacts us all. They have us divided, so we will be easily conquered if we don't bring ourselves together. Now, there's a chance for Carmela Steele. This is going to be real sad, but we already know that the Batson law, because it was a non-black jury, so we already know there are grounds for appeal. And hopefully we could move forward and get him a new trial. Unfortunately, this is going to take some time, and it's a process. But keeping in mind the things that we do now and going forward impacts Carmela Anthony as well as ourselves, as well as your children, and as well as you yourself. This ain't no, this is not a gender thing when it comes to us. It's a all of us thing. So, I already see them, oh, the black men. No, this is not just about the black men. This is about all of us. And we have to be willing to fight whatever gender. And when I say fight, I'm not talking about physical fighting, because we're not equipped for any of that. I am talking about fighting intellectually, legally, politically, all. We should not have to hear anybody else like complain about voting anymore, because we talked about voting in the Project 2025 and the fact that it was the new Jim Crow 2.0 during the during the campaign season for the last election. Yeah, we had so many black people that thought that they were accepted and thought that they had made it. You're not accepted, and you have not made it. Let's look at that Anthony family. We're talking about a decent middle class family. It was mother and father in the home. Anthony was a 3.7 GPA student, which means that, like honor student. He played sports and was a leader model type of young man. So it's not about, oh, I'm okay or they are okay with me, because I still see a lot of black people like, I'm okay or they're okay with me. And it's not all of them. When I say that, it's not all of them. It is not all of them. And we will need alliances, just like we have always did. We had plenty of alliances during the civil rights movements. And we had plenty of alliances like during the in the Sojourner Truth. So it's not all of them, and we have to realize that things. One of the things that they have been asking is about racism. Can black people be racist? And like, even as a black person, sometimes I have to sit back and I have to think, because I do see where a lot of black people are just as extreme or more extreme. What's bad about that is the fact that you can't expect somebody to treat you in a manner that you're not willing to treat them, and then treat them. And then at the same time, it's like, if we don't want to walk around and, yeah, we don't want that kind of chaos. Just imagine, like war. Just imagine you can't even go to the grocery store anymore. You can't go to work anymore. You could be fired. It's gonna turn like, so. I'm just saying, we have to think. We have to think, and we have to move smart. And I am asking and looking, and as well, y'all need to get with y'all local Congress people, especially if they're black. Y'all need to get with, the activists, especially the ones that are non-violent. And we need to start making some moves and some changes for the better, but the right type of legal political moves to assure that, our civil rights are protected, to assure that, we're treated justly. So my message right quick, because I had to process all of this. It's sad. And then I've never seen a trial go so fast, because like, I'm thinking we had another day or two. I'm thinking that the defense, like, I tried to be as unbiased as possible. And I'm thinking that even though we saw all of the unjust, we saw the judge, every time the defense attorney even asked for anything, a motion for this, a motion for that, without even thought, the judge said no. And then the judge sort of rushed the jurors by saying that, they were going to have to be sequestered. So it's like the judge was almost just saying, look, we're just sitting here, we're playing this legal trial game. But at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen. But like I said, as long as everybody keeps making the right moves, because the defense so far, they've left openings for Karmelo Anthony to possibly file for a new retrial, or to an appeal. But the thing is, and we have to stop all of these black people who just want to send him right on up the river. I know we got a life for life. I mean, I know you got a life. May he rest in peace, Austin Metcalf. Like, we didn't want to see that. But at the end of the day, we're not going to pretend like they didn't bully Karmelo Anthony. We're not going to pretend that that was not a bullying method. And we're not going to sit here and let them, we're not going to sit here and allow this case to be precedent of them being able to put their hands on us. And if we defend ourselves, then, like, we're going to be facing the same circumstances and situations as Karmelo Anthony. We're not going to do it. So that means that we have to do this legally. Legally, not physical. Let me tell you, Carmela did that physical, and it leads to the hands of the law. So at the end of the day, everything leads to the hands of the law. Like, and Carmela still has a chance by law for an appeal process. I feel really bad. My prayers go out to that family. And my prayers go out to Carmela. Let's pray for him to stay strong during this process. This seems like an Emmett Till 2.0 and Jim Crow 2.0. So, y'all, we're going to have to take the strength, the examples, the knowledge, the wisdom from our ancestors to move forward. And, I'm going to digress from there. This is a very sad day for us, but we have to make the right moves and not the wrong moves. Y'all stay safe out here. Keep your head on the swivel and think and think. But peace. And until next time, this is Unapologetically QI, and I'm going to now exit the building.